Hello again, second graders. It's time for our Monday Read Aloud. Today I'm going to read to you a short story called One Room Schoolhouse. And today, as you're listening to me read, I want you to be aware that when good readers read, they think about what they're reading. And when a good reader reads a word and it does not make sense in the sentence, good readers stop and try to figure out why. Okay? And sometimes maybe we read the word wrong. Okay? Or sometimes maybe we read too quickly and we skipped a word. So again, today I'm going to read you something called One Room Schoolhouse. Let's take a trip 100 years or more back in time. You'll need to use your imagination. How did you get to school today? There are no school buses for transportation. Most likely, you walked, even if you live miles away and the snow is deep. If you live really far away, you might hitch a ride on a neighbor's wagon. You might get to ride your own horse to school. When you got to school today, you hung your coat on a hook and placed your tin lunch pail up on a shelf. Then you walked into the classroom. Your class is filled with children of all ages. All of the children in the community share the same teacher. Your whole school fits in one room. When class begins, you sit on a long wooden bench. You don't use a computer or even a pencil for your math or spelling lesson. You probably don't even have a textbook. You write with chalk on a piece of slate. You don't study many subjects or learn much about any other culture. There is no gym, no art, no music, no library, and no foreign languages. So I want us to stop and think for a moment. How are classrooms today the same, and how are they different from classrooms long ago? So one way that they're the same is that teachers still teach children. One way that they're different is today we have different classrooms for children in different grades. And long ago, children of all ages shared one classroom together. Let's keep reading. When the teacher calls on you, you go to the front of the room and read aloud. Then you go back to your bench. You help a younger child learn, or an older child helps you. Lucky you, you have 2 breaks for recess and an hour for lunch. You can't wait to see if Mama packed some of that special pie from dinner in your lunch pail. If the weather is nice, you sit on a rock and eat with your friends. Then you might chase a hoop on a muddy field until it is time to go back to class. I'm going to read that paragraph again, and I want you to think about what is the paragraph mostly about. So listen carefully. Lucky you, you have 2 breaks for recess and an hour for lunch. You can't wait to see if Mama packed some of that special pie from dinner in your lunch pail. If the weather is nice, you sit on a rock and eat with your friends. Then you might chase a hoop on a muddy field until it's time to go back to class. So again, what was that paragraph mostly about? That paragraph is mostly about taking breaks during the school day. Let's keep reading. Today it's your turn to pump water into a bucket and carry it inside for washing up. Other children will carry firewood. The big wood stove is in the back of the room, and it heats the whole school. Did you wear something warm today? If you sit far from the wood stove, you may be chilly. Now it's 4 o'clock. School is over, and it's time for the long trip home. After a day in a one-room schoolhouse, are you ready to go back to modern times? Which part of a one-room schoolhouse do you think that you would like the best? I think I would like everyone being in one room together.